There's something that I haven't been doing because, I don't know why. Side quests. I've been doing them as they've been showing up, but they haven't really been showing up. And there's a reason. I haven't been going back to get them. So before we go find Dylan, let's quickly go see, go to the janitor's room. Because he told us. They're on the notice board. Actually, first things first, let's go more energy, more health, more force strength. Launch grenades and rockets back at enemy. Am I going to be quick enough to do that? Launch large objects. Is that including like forklifts and things? Lazy assumption. As a software engineer, is it safe to assume that I run Windows in a virtual machine? No, I don't. Because you don't need to. That's like far too hipster for hipsters to do, I think. It's fun for an experiment, but bye. Unless the assumption is that I'm running a Linux box. In which case then, yeah, that's reason enough to. I think that could be fun. Could actually be useful. Okay, how strong are enemies' grenades and rockets compared to just flinging a bunch of concrete at them? Yeah, I think if I was going to do that, I'd probably look at a dual boot as well instead of just having it dedicated. AoE, so they could hit a bunch of enemies at the same time. Like the total damage isn't much difference, or each individual hit is the same as if you'd hit each of them once? Oh, you don't have to dodge, that's true. But you got to be quick enough to grab it, and I'm probably not. You know what? Let's take it. Okay. We want to go to janitor, right? Where is janitor stuff? It's near the janitor's office. Why don't we have a there's no janitor's office point, so I've got to go in through ventilation. Can I get in through ventilation? That's the question. Or do you get in from somewhere else? Can you get in from the power plant? From ventilation or from power plant, Plasma? Because devs are lazy. Well, that's not the actual reason, but you would go to power plant? Okay, cool, thanks. Upper level or regular level? It's regular level, right? I think a lot of games aren't supported because a lot of games are actually written in like development suites like Unity and Unreal are put together by hobbyist coders, at best hobbyist coders. And so it's not that they're lazy, they don't know how to, and a lot of those don't have a deploy for Linux option. My game sound is way higher than the mic. How was it yesterday? This sound has always been loud though. Wait, this one. It's the single sound that's out of balance in the game. Well, these sounds shouldn't have changed. You think that is louder? You think the game actually got louder? Where's my janitor's closet? Or you've just turned the volume up louder because my mic's lower. And so you end up with a louder... Little from column A, a little from column B. Alright, let me turn this up to 75. So I've just turned up the mic just a little bit. We can always turn this down if we need to. I'm going, yeah. Let me know if your ears start bleeding. Yeah, please let me know before that happens. Yeah, because if you go out there, you've got to fight. I like the way we came in. Where's my notice board?
The containment sector has blown to pussy splinters. The world won't end even if you keep doing it.
What a mess.
They are very good listeners. You can
Talk to
tell
the
them
plants.
anything. Or you can sing to them. They like that.
What a mess.
It's back.
Clear the clog.
What would kill a bad thing? Paska mikä paska.
Is that the painting on the wall at the Ocean View Motel? I haven't been to the Panopticon yet. Jesse helps Artie by speaking with plants in the central research sector. All right, we can quickly go do one of these, right? So I just got to find... I'll get used to this. That way. Take the elevator. Okay, and from here we can fast travel.
Keeping my eyes open. We ain't out of the woods yet.
Now that is way loud. Research. Central research. Yeah, I hadn't had to do anything. Hang on. I was really happy with the volume because I hadn't actually had to do anything. Hmm. Let's put that down just a tad. Windows, man. Everything yesterday, everything was great. I very much hate the birds. Well, corridors are good for birds because they don't get much horizontal movement, and they don't, you know what I mean? Oh, yeah. They can only go sort of towards you and left, right a little bit. Wait, when we were here yesterday, the trees weren't this tall, were they? Did I just not notice massive trees in the... Hey Edwin, how you doing, man? Yeah, it's one of the follower-only emotes. So, can't take it to any other channels, but you just don't need to. That means followers can have a high.
Talk to the plants. Small talk was never really my strong suit. At least they can't talk back.
Hi plant, this is Chair. Get acquainted. There's one.
Hope your day has been productive, little plant.
They're the ones that look
That
dead.
really works, huh?
Alright, there's a dead one.
I hope those nasty hiss haven't been bothering you too much.
The hold sprint is broken. That's a shame. Thought something felt a little off yesterday. I'm holding sprint, and we stop walking. I'm still holding sprint though, and we're only walking. You have to re-press if you want to restart sprinting. Almost perfect. Talk to the plants, not condescend to the plants. I can't help it, man.
I wish my leaves were as pretty as yours.
What about patronize the plants?
Do you have a family? I have a brother. I miss him a lot.
We're gonna go see Jesse. Dylan? Sorry, we are Jesse. We're gonna go see Dylan. Cricket's out. Hey Hakan, how you doing, man? Is there any hiding in a shelter? Yes, you are. The consistent chanting is eerie. 100%. You don't want to be talked to? Oh, you want to be talked to?
They say I'm the director, but what does that mean?
What does
I
it
have no
mean? What
experience
does it
in
mean?
leadership roles. I have no on-the-job training.
I gotta admit, I as cheesy as it is, I do like the fact that you can avoid fall damage by doing a dash. The last plant will never be found. No. Throw it at me. Grab his grenade. Oh. There it is. I mean, it's an okay trait. You love that the cardboard boxes are deadly as concrete. It's about how fast you can throw it. You know, force, velocity, something like that. Mass is irrelevant. Always has been. It's the same as the real world. Now, where's this stupid plant? Hey, plant.
Your chlorophyll really brings out the green in your leaves.
Get some face palms in
All
chat.
of them. But I kind of wish there were more. They're good listeners.
Man, Newton, I'm gonna fondle you. It's okay, it was consensual. It was consensual. Crouch in the box. You want me to get in the box? What we're going to try and do is get it on us. Well, I don't know if we can carry that sort of weight. It's about the little things, right? It's like in a game, being able to pet the dog. What was that? Newton says they're not little, they're appropriately sized. You might need to consult your GP otherwise. We've got a hotline. The Bureau has spent years studying why objects of power transport users into the astral plane when touched. My predecessor, Dr. Ash, theorized that a potential receptacle determined by the Jungian archetypes of collective subconscious would be inhabited by paranatural energies when an ore occurred in its vicinity, creating an altered item. Over time, a link was created by the redaction and the astral plane to that item, making it an object of power. So many additional theories have been raised since Dr. Ash's time. Objects of power were placed on Earth as tests by some astral entity. Our dimension was once part of the astral plane, and the objects were left behind as its borders receded. The astral plane was an early threshold into the oldest house, but the connection was severed, and now the two are linked solely through objects of power. I will attempt to disprove some of these in order to thin the herd. Hopefully, the truth will emerge. Refer to file 6-32-6498 for full report. They may be appropriately sized. Pretty sure they aren't meant to clack, though. That might be true. Astral plane counter essay. Dr. Darling is insistent that certain objects of power share a direct connection to the redaction. An entity or group of entities that we have little information on, or little that I'm allowed to access. In his written reports, he states there is a clear link between these objects of power, the redacted, the astral plane, and the oldest house itself. His work supposes these links are innate, in fact ingrained into the very redactions of objects such as the hotline or the service weapon. But what if these particular objects were never linked in the redaction, but had that connection forced upon them? Isn't it strange that no other objects of power require such direct contact with the redacted? Isn't it strange that using the service weapon or the hotline will result in grievous harm or even death if the user is not the director, or at least worthy of the role? Why do we assume this involvement by the redacted is natural, in fact not something more than redaction? Refer to file 6-23-9382 for full report. Resonance theory. Resonance. It's there, but we can't see it. It vibrates us around, through us, from us. What if the vibration is conscious? What could a force like that do? Redaction opened the door to a redaction. I've called redaction. The redaction emits a force that is far beyond the forces we've previously dealt with. It has shown me so much that I have to wonder, is resonance the key element in all altered phenomenon? Ores, altered items, objects of power, do they share a common redaction that we've yet to discover? We can harmonize control points. What else would the correct frequency allow us to achieve? What if resonance has been the answer this whole time? Refer to file redaction for full report. That's a lot of redactions. Hey Gamewin, how you doing? Dear Dr. Darling, I suspect my colleague Dr. Harrington has already contacted you asking for an increase in her department's budget. I'm not surprised. Parapsychology has always been the squeaky wheel. All fuss but no results. Parakinesiology has always been the stronger department. More breakthroughs, more tangible data, more usable research. I'm sure a man of your esteem can plainly see which department is more deserving of the budget increase. Just think what those additional resources could do for an already formidable research team. Anyway, I know you're a fan of single malt, so I left a bottle of well-aged brown on your desk. Yours in admiration. Dr. Abraham Lewis. I think he's trying to bribe him. You're in Russia? Nice. News in Canada. Yeah, a bottle of well-aged brown is fine enough, but what about our whiskey? I should probably be reading those. I'll get the next one. Apologies. Alright, let's get out of here. Now, where is the... luck and probability? Is that where we want to go? Is that this way? Is there an elevator up through here, maybe? Yeah. Alright. I did a side mission, that's good enough. Let's go find our brother. And then if we got... And then we'll just sort of balance between main missions and side missions. Jesse goes to the containment sector to find the Panopticon, where Dylan is held. This looks interesting. Oh, we're all the way down there. Alright, well, I guess we know which way to go.
Containment sector. Panopticon. Altered items. Maximum security prison. Dangerous.
Tense trench, yeah, that's right. That game win. I'll pay a wave. While altered items and objects of power may seem similar at first, it's important to note some very key distinctions. Firstly, objects of power grant para-utilitarian abilities. See file PUT 812 for an introduction on the subject. Secondly, objects of power translocate anyone who makes physical contact to the astral plane. This is widely believed to be due to the redaction's affiliation with objects of power. Not every individual is allowed in the astral plane, which indicates the redacted evaluates who can or cannot enter. Thirdly, and this is not always the case, objects of power are much more paranaturally redacted than altered items. Looking at the specific criteria that defines an object of power, it is no wonder they are notably rarer than altered items. In fact, we have redacted altered items for every object of power contained within the Bureau. Refer to file 5-29-9485 for full report.
The containment sector, the Panopticon, is home to the altered items we find and contain. It is a maximum security prison. It's a vault for the most valuable treasures on Earth. It's a powder keg big enough to blow this world to dust. A temple, a place of worship filled with idols of angry gods. It's all of these, and none of them. It's something more profound, unbelievable, unknowable, something worse. Altered items. We've found many. They appear mundane, but nothing could be further from the truth. They're all powerful, dangerous. They press heavy on our minds because that's their nature. They've been altered because we can't stop thinking about them. We put them on altars because they're used to being worshipped. This keeps them calm. We contain them, but they don't want to be controlled. We study them to discover what makes them tick. If this place were ever breached, it would be chaos of biblical proportions.
Yeah, it hasn't been exactly smooth running. You know, like... Like our own agents are running around turned into enemies. Trying to kill the brand new director of all people. Like, that can't lead to a good first impression. Now tell me, Gerald is it? Why you should be considered for promotion? Well, I did try to kill you on the first day. Whoa. How'd that go for you, Gerald? Well, you bested me, man. Well, it seems like you're not good enough for the job then. Double kill. Wait. Carl. Like, this place is just a mess now. Alright, Game Win. Thanks for dropping by, man. Have a great day. One thing I want to check. There's a mission we got somewhere. That one. I have no idea where that is. Haven't seen it on a map. Map. Okay, it's not down here either. That's in the pump station, so we know where that is. Alright, so the only quest we have that I want to do is in here. Alright, cool. Let's get to it then. Combat, some of the moments where you, like in that last one, I picked up an object behind someone and immediately threw it. So if I'd been standing directly in front of him, it would have thrown it towards me. It sort of threw it from like there, that way. But when you get an accidental, like it's okay when you line one up, right? You pick up like a chair and you're holding it here now and you line up two objects or two enemies, like those two things, right? And you clean them both up. That's cool. You get to do that. What's really cool is when you just grab an item from the side and you throw it to something over here so it comes in from the side. Even better when it whips in from the side and hits another enemy. It just gives you that, yeah, look at that moment. Really clever. Little squiz in the side rooms. What was that in the air? For some time now, there's been a steady increase in the annual number of ores that the Bureau responds to. Between 2010 and 2015, we responded to redaction. For comparison, note that we only responded to redacted between 1995 and 2005. Is this a rise as a result of redaction, improvement in our detection procedures, or perhaps simply coincidence? We cannot say for sure, which is why we propose an AWE task force to be created within the hierarchy of the investigation sector has been compiled. We need to spend more time examining what causes them rather than containing them. Refer to file 5-95-1737 for full report. That's a launch efficiency mod, which I think we're going to want. Because they're the kind of ones that I want to have. Because using less launch energy is a good deal. Shield energy cost or strength? Yeah. C's speed? C's accelerator. What did we just get? Right, so that's 13%. What's this one? It's a 28%, and that's a 29. Oh, we can compare it there. So we can get rid of that one. That's a 15 compared to a 13. Let's go and take that. Means it's get rid of that one. Total 11% energy is pretty bad. Let's keep that. Spin. We probably want a better spin upgrade. Accuracy 13. Is that going to be the best one? I wonder if I want to go damage instead of accuracy. Rate of fire? Rate of fire is also equivalent to damage, right? If you hit more. Not depending. Ammo cost per shot less. More things you shoot. Let's go with let's try the big damage mod. See what happens. You shoot faster but empty sooner. Well, you're only empty sooner if you miss more, because you gotta remember if they hit.
Hello? I need some help here.
But enemies are dead then. I don't know, it's kind of relative.
Someone needs help over there.
You use ammo faster. But it means you've killed your enemy
Sounds
faster.
like there's a man down.
Or if you're me, you haven't, because you've missed more. Did we find a thing? Where's he yelling from? Yelling from a safe zone? There's a safe zone.
I'm here.
There's a dude.
What happened to you?
I got in a little scrap. Name's Horowitz.
Is he gonna be okay?
Don't look at me like that. I'm fine. But Wells is still in there. You gotta get him out.
Who's Wells?
And
My
where's he where?
squad mate. We were hunting a runaway altered item. We followed it down into the clocks.
The clocks.
A threshold. The Bureau sealed it up years back because of all the clocks. We followed the altered item inside, but the way it was acting, we weren't ready. Me and Wells were the only ones to make it to the motel court. He was right behind me, but he never showed up on this side.
Okay.
I'll go find him. But first, you need to get to a medic.
Wells is the medic. Please, you gotta get him out of there. I'll be fine, really. Roop can patch me up later.
Fine. But I'll be back for you.
I damn well hope so. Just use the motel cord there. It should get you into the clocks. Sorry, the threshold.
Notice. A matter of time. Ocean View Motel Casino entry point. Law of 3 applies. Oh, there's the door straight away. Well, you know, worth a try, right? Check anything? Okay. Okay, the time changed on the front counter when we did that. And what is that? 240? Am I supposed to... Oh, that travels really fast. Okay, there we go. No, it was close enough. It snapped 40 minutes. There we go. Uh, 6:06. Okay, 10:47. Look how it's us in the painting.
This Wells guy can't be far. Those must be the clocks he was talking about.
Yeah, the reflections in the glass, so good, isn't it? They've really made some good use of some of the lighting options. Oh wow, okay, we're on the map on the all the way over on the right.
Shit.
You gonna use a leaf blower on him?
Are you Wells? Your friend asked me to come looking for you.
That must be Horowitz. Glad he got out. I stayed back to help the others. Did a shit job of it, clearly.
You tried. That's enough. Horowitz needs your help now. How do we get out of here?
We should head back through the threshold. We can look for other survivors as we go.
We better hurry. Which way?
Just follow the blood. Let's go.
Follow the blood. Let's go with... Wow, security clearance 9. I think mainly though, Kizron, this isn't their first rodeo. And that's usually big. Yeah, can I help you? Are you okay? Oh, he's following me now.
What's with the clothes?
Threshold effect. This used to be a regular office wing before the threshold manifested. The forces at play in there got a hold of someone's old clock and started duplicating it. Now the office is abandoned and its clock's all the way down.
Oh, what's going on with this multimedia? In the head.
Think you can find a way around?
Let me see.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So what usually happens with a series like that is it's just a stage of people are over it. You know, they've been working on it for so long. You know, especially when you get a series where it feels like it's almost like 3 parts to one bigger game. So then you either end up with turnover and you have to get new people in. Open the containment sealed threshold checkpoint, but how? or they just, you know, people just want to get it done, so it just gets shoved out. Most games do kind of like, outside of getting like a very like a franchise game. I don't know how to open the thing, dude. Like, even for people that regularly try to watch all the cons on what games are coming out and what different developers are doing stuff, you know, checking your own various sort of gaming, what's the word for them? They're not really news. They used to be like gaming magazines, and now they're like online magazines, except they're not magazines anymore. Websites for what publishers are doing and what games are coming out and stuff, which, you know, very few people actually do that regularly, and on a lot of sites, usually streamers or game journalists. Most games will come out and be like, where did this come from? And some people be like, yeah, they've been talking about it for years, but them talking about it's not actually talking about, they're just sort of sharing on their own Twitter feed or their own Facebook, which if you're not following them, you know. But even Eastern Bloc definitely more so, Kizron, for that reason, is that it's a different communication setup. And not so much late to the party, but just it's sort of blocked off by language. You know, they share in their own circles, so... but also, like, a lot of development isn't telling everyone what you've got, because projects change and whatnot. But you could probably think of a lot of games that had that sort of feel. Horizon Zero Dawn. That's a good one that comes to mind. Where'd it come from? Just came out of nowhere. Which I recently played and it was amazing, man. I need to go around. There is another exit around there, but I don't think I'm accessing it through this stuff. Not necessarily. I mean, any game is a risk, but just because you're known for making one game and now you make a different game, it's just as risky as making another one of one that similar. Can I look up? Are you telling me the answer? If you are telling me the answer, it's really just better to go out and blurt it. Don't put it in the form of a question that you know the answer to. Because that's actually worse than just spitting out the answer. Because I know what you're doing.
So, you came down here for an altered item?
The anchor, yeah. Langston said it'd be a simple item retrieval. But the power of that thing had, I've never seen anything like it.
Alright, dude. Come with me.
That's O'Neill. Shit! No one else got out.
Really aggressive. Being It's funny you say that too, Kizron, because I remember playing that and wondering about the Monster Hunters because I played World. I was a little late to the party on World, but not too late. Iceborne? Yeah, anyway. Were the other titles released outside of Japan? Oh wow, we're walking him all the way back. Okay then. Controls, were the controls much different? Or they just weren't, the new games weren't tutorialized as much?
When it was clear we couldn't contain the altered item, Horowitz ordered a retreat. We got out, but Hiss were waiting for us. I took Horowitz to the motel court and went back for the others.
That was brave of you.
I'm the medic. It's my job.
Yeah, that can happen in development as well when an early title sort of, gives you most of the learning. And then you make another one and anyone who's played the first one can just pick up the second one and go, but there's nothing there for new players to build off. Agents arrived in the town of Jasper Crossing, Arizona after the communications department intercepted multiple phone calls to local authorities regarding frozen people in the streets. 4 of the 5 dispatched agents became paralyzed upon arriving at the scene. Additional assessment teams were dispatched. Variations of identification formulas were tried with ineffectual results. Agents resorted to using aerial photography to study the positioning of the paralyzed individuals. Soon after, agents discovered the event's epicenter to be the local post office. Unaffected agents cleared the area of paralyzed civilians, animals, and bureau personnel before beginning to study the item. Agents deemed susceptible to the item were tasked with interviewing and reinforming the public away from the site. The item was soon placed on a transport vehicle manned by unaffected agents. Air travel had been deemed too dangerous given the item's effect. Numerous reports of temporary paralysis were reported by civilians along the truck's route from Arizona to New York City. Redacted interview, 20th of November, 1974. Can you tell us why you left your building that day? I was running out to get eggs, and there was that corner in the store on the 30th. That's why I left Michael there on his own. Knew I'd be gone long. He was drawing at the table when I left. Had his crayons out, happy. The building came down when I was a block away. I ran back, started digging. City workers found Mikey later beside the fridge. The drawings hadn't come off. Tons of bricks fell on it, and those drawings were still there. How does that happen? You kept the refrigerator after the accident? Why? It still had his drawings. God must have kept them safe for a reason, right? I'd get home from work and stare at them all night. I was in a bad way back then. Why did you sell the fridge with your son's drawings still on it? They'd gotten stuck to it, or something. I thought about cutting them off those magnets, but maybe it was better. I didn't hold on to them, you know. Gotta move on, everyone says. What's my fridge got to do with the building collapse anyhow? Well, strange. Okay, Mr. Dead Dog. What do you think of this? You know that airplane we bought in? Like the actual proper airplane? Guess who they made catalog every individual piece of that plane to be examined for suspected altered status. I had to count every bolt, nut, piece of non-connected metal. That's just on the exterior of the damn thing. You know how many pieces of hardware it takes to make an airplane? I do. I do. Yeah, that'd be a little rough, right? Cataloging everything that can be removed.
We're almost out of the threshold.
It doesn't look great though. Yeah, an item. It was a plane. And they didn't... They must have suspected it for being an altered item or an object of power, but they didn't know which part it was, because it wasn't the plane as a whole. And that was the suspicion. Possibly not even... Imagine if you get to the end of it and you go, good job, son, but we don't need any of this. Take it down to the furnace, piece by piece. It wasn't the plane, it was the quarter in the guy's pocket. Well, good luck with this. Nice one to go.
Come on. The motel court is on the other side of logistics. Horowitz should still be there.
I see a thing though. Waste mannequin. The item was last owned by Madame Redaction, an operatic performer from Berlin. After her career ended in a public scandal, she relocated to Redacted, Maine, for reasons unknown. With her came the trappings of her old life, including this item. Locals report that she rarely left her home in the short years after she spent in Redaction. After her death caused by redacted redactions, the state held a public auction of her belongings, seeing as she had no known relatives. Various conflicting first-hand reports exist, but testimonies provided by a witness of the event do contain some common elements. Most every witness saw numerous mannequins break through the house windows, tumbling outside. Some witnesses report bright lights. Some report high-pitched singing. These are unverified. Numerous civilians inside the house at the time of the incident were hospitalized for various injuries. 2 were crushed to death. Agents were dispatched upon seeing an article regarding these events during the Bureau's daily scans of national periodicals. The item was quickly identified and brought to the Bureau. What was the game we were playing where it was like some of the aliens look like half mannequins, like it were just legs running around? Is that medium? Meet Wells at the control point. What's down here? Oh, Wells. Okay.
Let's go.
Oh man, really? Why you run? Why you gotta run, dude? I want to take my time and explore. Let me bring a couch. Come on, couch. There we go.
Hold on. Something's wrong with him.
Shit.
Wells has turned into a thing, dude. Don't go there.
Horowitz. Oh, God, no. His motherfuckers took him!
Is there anyone else? Or is it just this guy? Oh, he's got a health bar. Okay. Yeah, that was a good one. We picked it up
I
from
should
behind
talk
him
to
and then it
Wells.
just thumped him down.
Make sure he's okay.
He took those couches like a champ. Yeah, 100%.
I'm sorry about your friend.
Thanks. And thanks for coming to get me. Horowitz's HRA must have been damaged in the threshold. Guy never put himself first. At least the anchor altered item is still locked away down in the clocks. I hope it rots down there.
That altered item needs to be dealt with before it hurts anyone else. I should go back down and contain it. Head to the executive sector, Wells. They could use a medic.
Thank
Why
you,
didn't we
Director.
contain it while we were there?
I'll go see what good I can do there.
Dang it, Jesse. Ooh, what's that one? Level 5. 52% recovery per element. I'll take that, thank you very much. Yeah, I did the... was it Frost World, whatever that was? Up until you get to the open world section, and then I couldn't be bothered. I don't know if I'm looking forward to Monster Hunter Rise. Maybe. I liked Monster Hunter World. And it didn't feel too grindy, it was nice. No, we need to go back to there from where we are. So if we take this thing, is there one down here? Through there? Yeah, PC. Rise was Switch only, yeah, it wasn't. Or was there other Nintendo? Pretty sure it's Switch only. Other Nintendo. What other Nintendo? Panz, don't be rude. I don't have to find a clock amongst all these clocks, do I? Is that a thingy thing? It is a thingy thing. That's how I hate them.
This is the safe room Wells showed me. The one with the altered item inside.
accidental kill. Or hit. Is it a kill? I picked up an item and on its way to my hand, it went through the bird. The music stopped, right? We're out of the clear, we're in the clear. Threshold with the effect redaction manifested in the containment sector in the middle of the redaction department. Simultaneously, numerous redactions appeared in the area, injuring and killing many redacted. After rescue operations were completed and redacted, rangers were sent in to discover the Threshold's epicenter. The sheer amount of redactions made the expedition impossible. The area was sealed off after removing the clocks proved an impossible task. The department was relocated and the area abandoned. Researchers theorized the Threshold introduced unstable matter to our dimension, which adopted the form of redactions, redacted as reductions, when introduced to more stable redactivities. Refer to file 9-51-3981 for full report.
Great. More clocks.
Jesse, could you prefer maybe not doing that, maybe? I don't know, maybe grab hold of the ledge. I don't know, if you feel up to it. I don't want to press you into performing in a way you don't want to.
This is the safe room Will showed me. The one with the altered item inside. Great. More clocks. How am I supposed to get across that?
We need a new ability, which is why there's a fast travel point here. We don't have it. Carefully. Well, there's that. Okay, then, well, I guess we're going somewhere else. I don't have one of these. Let's go for more energy. Or stronger. No, I'm going to go stronger, because there's sometimes I'm needing to shoot afterwards. And we're kind of almost balancing the energy just okay. So that's totally fine. I'm going to punch some health in. We're just above getting one shot by the birds. Oh, I don't have enough. Okay. Shield strength. I don't care about shield. Alright, dude. Well, we didn't do the main quest.